r/AskReddit, what movie has the best soundtrack of all time? Forrest Gump. Lord of the Rings. The whole trilogy is great. Howard Shore did a masterpiece with that soundtrack. Really unforgettable. The first notes from Concerning Hobbits and you are hooked. The Crow. The good, the bad, and the ugly is the only answer. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh, brother, where art thou? Saturday Night Fever. Saturday Night Fever. The original Top Gun. Tron Legacy. Last of the Mohicans. Guardians of the Galaxy. Saturday Night Fever. It's not the best, but I love the Breakfast Club soundtrack. The Big Lebowski. Reservoir Dogs. The 1982 Blade Runner. The pick of music in movie. Pulp Fiction. Films that Hans Zimmer did the music for are always good. To list a few: Inception, Interstellar, Gladiator, Lion King. Interstellar. American Graffiti. Star Wars. Goodfellas. Dazed and Confused. Trainspotting and Marie Antoinette, pretty great. And don't forget Rattle and Hum. The Big Chill. The Lion King, for me. King of Pride Rock more specifically. Easy Rider. Highlander. The Wall. No Country for Old Men. Oh, Brother Where Art Thou has a fantastic soundtrack. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. Ennio Morricone created an amazing soundtrack for that movie. For any of you wondering, it's called The Ecstasy of Gold. Gives me goosebumps every time I hear it. THA Blues Brothers. Schindler's List. Sound of Music. Blue Velvet. My mom and I loved that movie when I was a kid. 28 Days Later. To Live and Die in LA by Wang Chung. Very 80s, but pretty good, smiley face. Sucker Punch was phenomenal. Garden State was pretty good. Woodstock. Titanic not mentioned yet. I guarantee you that Titanic would not have been near the hit that it was without James Horner. And its music as a standalone truly tells the story of the film, a very simple story, I grant you, in a way I've never quite heard in any other musical score. And Braveheart was also an extraordinary Horner masterpiece. A terribly tragic loss, the death of James Horner. Blues Brothers and Blues Brothers 2000. The Crow. Repo Man. Symphonic soundtrack, The Lord of the Rings. Soundtrack of previously released music, Dazed and Confused. Soundtrack of new music by multiple artists, Romeo and Juliet, 1997. Soundtrack of new music by a single artist, Prince, Purple Rain. And the wonderful, indescribably quirky Moulin Rouge. Queen of the Damned and the Prince of Egypt. Scott Pilgrim vs. The World. My personal favorite is Mad Max Fury Road. Tron Legacy. How to Train Your Dragon. The soundtrack for that whole franchise goes so hard and it hits me every time I hear it. Shrek, obviously. Sucker Punch. Fantasia is the best overall. Best use of soundtrack for scene setup is Forrest Gump. Second place is Heavy Metal. Second and third best overall Dazed and Confused, and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Depending on a person's preference in styles. Black Panther. And why is it The Lord of the Rings? The Gentleman. Pride and Prejudice. Oppenheimer was phenomenal. Guardians of the Galaxy, The Godfather, and The Lion King. The Return of the Living Dead, 1985. https://youtube.b/eqv3vhf4sw SI equals 5s DTB2 TPAFS2. Judgment Night. Apocalypse Now plus Guardians of the Galaxy plus Saturday Night Fever. Oh God, Where Art Thou? Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. Braveheart or E.T. Tron, Kill Bill, Her. The Rules of Attraction. Conan the Barbarian. The Last Temptation of Christ. Sucker Punch. 2001 Space Odyssey. No Love for the Spawn soundtrack. Pirates of the Caribbean, all of them, but I love At World's End. A lot of movies got premium most, but I would put in first place Blade Runner by Vangelis, and Rurouni Kenshin, Trust, and Betrayal by Taku Iwazaki. Juno was pretty awesome. Guardians of the Galaxy. Sound of Music and Rocky Horror Show. Drive was the first movie that came to mind. Grease for the Wall. Two of my favorites are Saturday Night Fever and Pink Floyd's The Wall. The opening scene to Cannonball Run. Goosebumps every time. Boogie Nights. Under the Cherry Moon. Rockstar. Taxi Driver theme for me. Hannah. Singles. Almost Famous. The Warriors by Farface with Tears of Joy. Me, Myself, and Irene. Singles. E.T. Wayne's World is in the top 10 for sure. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Taxi Driver. Kill Bill. Almost Famous. Queen of the Damned. I really enjoyed The Commitments. It is a movie about a band, so I'm not sure if you would count it. Save the Last Dance. Forrest Gump, by a Landslide. Dumb and Dumber. Remember the Titans. The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. Pirates of the Caribbean hands down. You Were Never Really Here. Xanadu. Reservoir Dogs. Forrest Gump. Star Wars and James Bond should get some legit consideration. Saturday Night Fever. Rock'n'Rolla, or Once Upon a Time in the West. A Hard Day's Night. The Third Man. Alien 3. Gladiator. Eddie and the Cruisers. Balls of Fury. Star Wars. Grease. Boogie Nights. Heavy Metal. Risky Business. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Maximum Overdrive. Popstar, Never Stop Never Stopping. Drive. Disney's Tarzan. Tie between Ocean's 12 and Ocean's 13. Tarzan. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe to never miss an upload.